Have you ever heard of a place where ships vanish into thin air and planes disappear without a single mayday call? A place where compasses spin uncontrollably, where time behaves strangely, and where the ocean keeps its secrets buried deep, refusing to give anything back? This isn't science fiction. This place exists, and it has terrified sailors, pilots, and scientists for decades. They call it the Bermuda Triangle. But before we dive into this mystery, let me ask you something. Do you believe every question has an answer? That science, as advanced as it is, can explain everything? Or could there be something older than time itself, hiding beneath the waves? Something that watches and waits? If you're drawn to the unexplained, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Insomaniac, a channel for those who question the world around them and beyond it. If you're curious about what really happened to the Titanic or how our solar system was truly formed, check out the videos we've already uploaded. They're linked below. But for now, prepare yourself, because we're about to dive into one of the greatest mysteries our planet has ever known, the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is a section of the Atlantic Ocean that forms a rough triangle between 3 points: Miami, Florida, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and the island of Bermuda. It's a massive zone covering about 500,000 square miles. There's no signpost in the sea, no visible border, nothing at all to indicate you've entered a region of legend. The water looks the same. The sky is calm. And yet, for more than 100 years, this area has been linked to strange disappearances, equipment malfunctions, and events that simply defy explanation. Planes have vanished from radar. Ships have left port, never to arrive. Entire crews have been lost and no wreckage ever found. How can things disappear so completely in an age of satellites, sonar, and GPS? Let's explore some of the chilling true stories behind the legend. In 1945, 5 U.S. Navy bombers took off from Florida on what was supposed to be a simple training mission. They were known as Flight 19. The weather was fine, the pilots were experienced, and they had more than enough fuel. But within an hour, something went wrong. The flight leader radioed in, his voice confused. He said they were lost. "We don't know where we are," he reported. "Everything looks strange. Even the ocean looks different." After that transmission, nothing. The Navy immediately launched a massive rescue effort, sending out a large seaplane with 13 men on board. That plane vanished too. In total, 6 aircraft and 27 men disappeared that day, and not a single piece of wreckage was ever found. No oil slicks, no floating debris. Nothing. But that wasn't the first disappearance, and it certainly wasn't the last. In 1918, a massive U.S. Navy ship called the USS Cyclops was traveling through the Bermuda Triangle, carrying over 300 men and a load of manganese ore. It never reached its destination. No distress call was sent. No flares. No mayday. It simply vanished. To this day, it remains one of the largest non-combat losses of life in U.S. naval history. Even in the modern era, the disappearances haven't stopped. In 2017, a private plane flying from Puerto Rico to Florida disappeared from radar without warning. The weather was clear. The pilot had years of experience, but something went wrong. No wreckage was ever recovered. The ocean, it seems, swallows its secrets whole. So what could be causing these vanishings? Many scientists and researchers have tried to find logical explanations. One theory is simple human error. Pilots and sailors can get confused, especially when weather conditions change rapidly. The sea can be unpredictable, and sometimes people just get lost. But does that really account for all the strange circumstances, the lack of debris, the failure of all radio equipment, the total silence? Another theory involves magnetic anomalies. In some areas of the Bermuda Triangle, compasses stop pointing to true north and start acting erratically. This could easily cause navigational errors, sending ships or planes miles off course. If they ran out of fuel or encountered storms in unfamiliar territory, that might explain their disappearance. But again, why no wreckage? There's also the rogue wave hypothesis. These are massive, spontaneous ocean waves that can reach heights of up to 100 feet. These waves are rare, but they're real. A single rogue wave could easily flip or sink even a large vessel, especially if it's caught off guard. If that happened, a ship could go under so quickly that no distress signal could be sent. One of the more fascinating and eerie theories involves something called methane hydrate explosion. Beneath the seafloor in the Bermuda Triangle, scientists have discovered large pockets of methane gas trapped under pressure in frozen layers. If those pockets are disturbed, they can erupt violently, releasing huge bubbles that rise to the surface. These bubbles reduce the water's density, causing ships to lose buoyancy and sink almost instantly. Even low-flying planes could stall and crash if the gas rises into the atmosphere. This theory has been tested in laboratory settings. It's very real and very deadly. But for every scientific explanation, there are questions it doesn't fully answer. Why do radar and radios sometimes go silent at the exact same time? Why are so many of these events clustered within this particular area? And why do some people claim to have experienced distortions in time itself? This is where the theories get darker. Some believe that the Bermuda Triangle is not just a region of ocean, but a kind of portal, a place where the fabric of reality is thinner, where strange energies leak through. Pilots and sailors have reported bizarre visual phenomena, clouds that appear suddenly and then vanish just as quickly strange, glowing mists and even tunnels of light that seem to stretch through the sky. There are multiple reports from pilots who claim to have experienced missing time. One famous case involved pilot Bruce Gernon, who in 1970 flew a small aircraft through the Bermuda Triangle. He described flying into a strange tunnel-shaped cloud. For a few minutes, his instruments went wild. His compass spun. The GPS failed. When he emerged, he found that he was nearly 100 miles closer to his destination than he should have been. It was as if time or space had bent around him. He later called it electronic fog. Then there's the theory of extraterrestrials. Some believe that deep beneath the ocean floor lies an alien base hidden far beneath the Puerto Rico Trench, one of the deepest parts of the Atlantic Ocean. This trench reaches depths of nearly 30,000 feet deeper than Mount Everest is tall. We've explored only a tiny fraction of it. Could something be hiding down there? Something not of this earth? Other theories point to ancient civilizations. According to legend, Atlantis, the advanced, lost city, may have existed somewhere in or near the Bermuda Triangle. Could some of the strange magnetic or gravitational phenomena be leftovers from ancient technology? Technology powerful enough to bend time, energy, or space. Still, some theorists believe in the existence of interdimensional rifts openings between our reality and another. If the Bermuda Triangle sits on one of these rifts, it could explain how ships and planes simply vanish without a trace, as if they were pulled into another world entirely. These ideas sound like science fiction, but consider this: we still don't fully understand the nature of gravity or how time behaves near extreme magnetic fields. We know black holes exist regions in space where even light cannot escape. Could something similar exist here on Earth, on a much smaller, more subtle scale? One thing is certain: the mystery has fascinated humans for generations. Entire books have been written, documentaries produced. Scientists, skeptics, and believers alike have tried to make sense of what happens in the triangle, and yet the answers remain elusive. The U.S. government has no official recognition of the Bermuda Triangle as a hazardous area. Ships still sail through it. Planes fly over it every day. But that doesn't mean the danger isn't real. In fact, the number of incidents reported in this area continues to rise, especially as more private aircraft and small vessels travel through it. Some people suggest that we simply don't pay enough attention to how strange our world really is, that mysteries like the Bermuda Triangle are reminders of how little we truly know, not just about the ocean, but about the very nature of reality. The sea is vast, powerful, and full of secrets. It doesn't care about our science. It doesn't leave clues. It only takes. So, what do you believe? Is it just a string of unfortunate accidents? Is the Bermuda Triangle nothing more than myth and coincidence? Or is it something more, a window into the unknown? Into a reality that doesn't follow our rules? Let me know what you believe in the comments. And if this story made you question the world, even just a little, don't forget to subscribe to the Insomaniac. We go beyond the headlines, beyond the science. We dig into the shadows of what we think we know. Check out our other dark explorations, like what really happened to the Titanic, not the version they told you, but the disturbing truth behind its final hours. Or our deep dive into how the solar system was forged in fire and chaos, not peace. The links are below. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and whatever you do, don't fall asleep, because the ocean isn't the only thing that hides secrets.